Are you an INFJ personality type? You may have noticed some strange habits that have been all but confirmed by science. INFJs have some strange and unusual habits that are hard to explain, but that is normal for them. Here are 15 weird habits INFJs have. First, INFJs are often very introspective and have a great deal of self-awareness. They are often able to understand themselves and their motivations extremely well, which can make them insightful and trustworthy allies. Second, INFJs are often very empathetic and can be sensitive to the feelings of others. They may be especially good at readying themselves to empathize with those around them, which can help them to better understand and connect with others. Third, INFJs may have difficulty making decisions, particularly when it comes to choosing between multiple options or when there is more than one correct answer. This can be a source of overwhelm for them, as they may feel like they don't know which option is best for them. Fourth, INFJs can be quite private people, preferring not to share everything about themselves with everyone around them. However, once they trust someone enough, they may be more willing to open up about their thoughts and feelings. Fifth, INFJs may be drawn to complex problems in their search for answers or understanding. This can lead them to spend a lot of time thinking about various topics, which can sometimes lead to confusion or boredom over longer periods of time. Sixth, INFJs may have difficulty trusting other people, especially those who they don't know well or who have proven themselves untrustworthy in the past. This can make it difficult for them to form close relationships or even open up at all around certain people due to fear of being hurt again, or simply because they're not comfortable doing so. Seventh, because INFJs care so deeply about understanding and resolving issues, it can be difficult for them to express emotions openly or easily let anyone in on their innermost thoughts and feelings. Eighth, the inability to settle. Some people are naturally restless and can never seem to find a rhythm or balance in their lives. This might manifest itself in different ways for INFJs, depending on how strongly they're driven by their intuition and creativity. Some INFJs may be constantly moving around, always on the go, because they can't stand still for too long. Others might be more prone to anxiety or depression, due to feeling out of control in their lives. Whatever the cause, it's important for INFJs to identify and address any underlying issues so that they can live a more fulfilling life. Ninth, writers not talkers. There is a stereotype that writers are loners who prefer to work in silence. However, this simply isn't the case. While many writers do prefer to work in isolation, there are also many INFJs who enjoy talking with others. In fact, some INFJs find it necessary to communicate their ideas and feelings to others in order to better understand themselves and the world around them. Perhaps one of the strangest habits of INFJs is their propensity for storytelling. Whether it's telling jokes or weaving intricate narratives, INFJs often find great satisfaction in communicating their ideas and experiences to other people. This may be why many talented writers also have strong communication skills. They know how important it is for them to share their thoughts and feelings with others. 10th, perfectionism. INFJ has always been a perfectionist. Loves to have everything just right, and often finds herself obsessing over small details. This can be frustrating, as it often leads to make mistakes. However, INFJ is also a very hard worker and able to accomplish a lot despite her perfectionism. 11th, seeing both the big picture and the details. INFJs have a unique way of looking at the world that can be both insightful and empowering. They are often able to see the big picture and the details simultaneously, which makes them excellent problem solvers. INFJs are also highly observant, which can help them detect patterns and insights that others might miss. Because INFJs are so in touch with their own feelings and thoughts, they can be insightful problem solvers when it comes to their own personal issues. However, because they value communication so much, they are also good advocates for others. INFJs often know how to get their point of view across in a clear and concise way, which can be helpful in negotiations or advocacy efforts. 12th, all or nothing syndrome. INFJs often find themselves in a bind. They want to do something, but they also want it to be perfect. This can lead them to becoming very rigid in their thinking and behavior, often refusing to take any risks or make any changes. Known as all or nothing syndrome, this trait can be incredibly limiting and frustrating for INFJs. While it's important for INFJs to have a clear vision of what they want and how they plan on achieving it, it's also important that they don't get too attached to that vision. If an INFJ is able to flex some of their rigidness in favor of flexibility, they'll be better able to achieve their goals. 13th, compassionate visionaries and doers. There is no one mold for INFJs, as each person's experience and perspective is unique. However, there are some common characteristics that INFJs share. These compassionate visionaries and doers often have a deep understanding of people and their motivations. They also have a strong belief in the potential for change and are often determined to make the world a better place. INFJs are often drawn to work that has the potential to make a difference. This includes positions in which they can use their compassion and understanding of people to help others. They may also be drawn to fields that involve creativity and innovation, as these offer opportunities for growth and progress. Whatever the path, INFJs are driven by their convictions to make the world a better place. 14th, solitude versus friendship. There is a commonly held belief that people need solitude in order to be productive and creative, while others maintain that spending time alone is counterproductive and can lead to depression. What are your thoughts? When it comes to friendships, some INFJs may feel they need more than the average amount of companionship. They may appreciate the opportunity to be alone occasionally in order to recharge their batteries and focus on their own work or interests. However, other INFJs may find great comfort and friendship in close relationships with others. What are your thoughts on this matter? 15th, full of contradiction. INFJs are often thought of as the prototypical, thinking INFJ. They are introverted, intuitive, and analytical thinkers who prefer to spend time alone ruminating on ideas and concepts. However, this is not always the case. Some common quirks that INFJs may exhibit include a lack of consistency in their behavior, a propensity for change and inconsistency, and a fondness for oddball hobbies and interests. For example, one INFJ woman reported that she changes her hairstyle every few weeks, drinks alcohol but does not like parties or socializing, and enjoys reading philosophy books. The reason for these inconsistencies is likely due to the fact that INFJs are constantly exploring different ways of thinking about the world. They are constantly in search of understanding and they do not easily settle on anything because they believe that new perspectives offer more opportunities for growth.